Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Mike Gonzalez, Executive Director of the Rural School Innovation Zone. Blessed and very humbled to be a Yass Prize 2024 finalist. Congratulations to 2025. You guys are in for a heck of a year. Exciting night going forward. Thank you everyone for being part of what we're going on today. The Rural School Innovation Zone, the true reality that we deal with deep in South Texas and rural education all the way around. I saw Mary Jo on my way up here talking about rural education, period. The reality is there's very limited access to opportunities for success for our kids. And we ask the question, why? Why is that happening? One, it's a geographical stranglehold. If you look at what we do in the Rural School Innovation Zone, we have 5 school districts that come together and pull the resources and financial and human capital both. My kids get on a bus an hour and 10 minutes one way to be provided an opportunity to earn an EKG, phlebotomy, patient care tech, or certified medical assistant certification because their individual district could not afford to house a health science academy. We have that opportunity for our kids going forward. And we know that reality is not just in South Texas, but it's everywhere. I've had the privilege of talking to rural ed teachers, educators through the Yass Prize Network in developing some kind of philosophies to make sure that our kids are provided that access. Why is it innovation for today's workforce? Not everybody prospers in a classroom. Let's be honest. If Mike Gonzalez had to go and had no other choice but to go to college, I probably wouldn't be here today. My dad was a welder by trade. May he rest in peace, love him to death. Our culture did not allow me to continue on in his profession of being a professional welder. I did halfway decent in school, but the most important thing, I didn't get in trouble. So I got to stay inside and just be a school child, a school kid. Whereas my little brother, who got in trouble all the time, got a chance to become a welder, a carpenter, a mechanic, and those things right there. These are opportunities that we now provide our students in the Rural School Innovation Zone because we now have taken their talents and their skill levels and have made them prosper and made them fortunate so that they can break that dynamics, that status quo that we live in South Texas. We firmly believe that our zip code should not determine the post-secondary success opportunities for our kids. We should not allow where we live to resonate with the trajectory of our kids and their lives forever. I was fortunate right before I came on board, we're taking our certification exams right now, our EKG and patient care tech exam. 100% of our kids have just passed the exam for the 10th semester in a row. What we're doing one certification at a time is impacting lives. Not impacting lives of just the kids that passed their test today, but for their kids and their grandkids going forward. If we can just embrace that and embody ourselves with giving that post-secondary success opportunities for kids, rural ed education would take over, transform the entire world, in my personal belief. If you start looking by impact, when Ms. Caroline talked to me about her impact of numbers, I'm a data guy, I'm a baseball guy by trade. I still live and die by that game of baseball, so I like numbers, right? But you don't truly understand the impact until you dig down deep in your numbers. Every one of our seniors that has graduated from our academies has left with over 1 certification under their belt. That's allowed them to get a step forward in the workforce to provide opportunities not only for themselves but for their families. Our kids are graduating with over 13 college hours. You're talking about a poverty-stricken. We're at 94% eco-disc numbers in the 5 school districts that I engage with. So when we're taking away the college debt and providing opportunities for our kids, it's amazing. We did an exit survey based on some of the things I learned from my Yass Prize colleagues. We did an exit survey for the first time last year with our seniors. It was astonishing that over 10% of our kids said they would have dropped out of high school had it not been an opportunity to be part of one of our specialized academies. We have an early college high school academy. We have a next generation medical academy, which is our health science academy. We have a STEM discovery academy that deals with GIS, cybersecurity, and drones. We have a Grow Your Own Educator Academy, which is prospering. We are fulfilling the obligation of our pipeline of educators for our kids that are involved in our academies right now. And then we have our welding institute, right? Lo and behold, that's our next big thing to make sure that we have those people that are out there. Why does this work? Not one of my school districts and not one district out there in rural ed America can provide these opportunities one district at a time. There is no way. We've got to come together. This is a great opportunity to pull all your resources and your brain capacity. Had a great evening with Mike Filton last night talking about what he does in Maine. Bring this forward and provide the opportunities and make sure it works for all rural ed. If you take the numbers, if rural ed would just change and transform itself, it would change the dynamics of America and what we heard about earlier today. That's why these things work. If you talk about these kids right here, to the bottom, y'all's bottom left, I guess, my health science students, they're placed in the hospital for the first time ever. $1,500 for work-based learning opportunities. I gave them their check the last day. The nursing director for one of our hospitals runs out. She says, Mike, what are you doing? I said, I'm paying my kids. They're done. She says, done with what? I said, with their internships. She says, I need to talk to you and Julian. I said, okay. Of course, what's the first thing that comes to my mind as a ex-principal? What did he do? You know? So I pulled Julian in the nursing director's office, and we both sat down, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Sir, I have no idea. I've done everything. I come to school every day. I come to work every day. I'm dressed properly. I'm good to go. So, okay, perfect. Nursing director walks in. Photographer says, we want to offer Julian Aguilar our first ever full-time position based on his internship opportunity that he had this summer. That's why things like this work. That's why things like this work. Again, zip code shouldn't determine your post-secondary success opportunities. And if we just offer one certification at a time, we're changing the lives and trajectory of centuries of families going forward. Thank you guys. You guys enjoyed lunch. I appreciate the time.